Sahih al-Bukhari 2131. Narrated Salim, that his father said, I saw those who used to buy foodstuff without measuring or weighing in the lifetime of the Prophet, being punished if they sold it before carrying it to their own houses. Sahih al-Bukhari 2132. Narrated Taz. Ibn Abbas said, Allah's Messenger forbade the selling of foodstuff before its measuring and transferring into one's possession. I asked Ibn Abbas, how is that? Ibn Abbas replied, it will be just like selling money for money, as the foodstuff has not been handed over to the first purchaser who is the present seller. Sahih al-Bukhari 2133. Narrated Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, he who buys foodstuff should not sell it till he has received it. Sahih al-Bukhari 2134. Narrated Az-Zuri from Malik bin Aus. That the latter said, who has change? Talha said, I will have change when our storekeeper comes from the forest. Malik bin Aus narrated from Umar bin al-Khattab, Allah's Messenger, said, the bartering of gold for gold is riba, usury, except if it is from hand to hand and equal in amount, and wheat grain for wheat grain is usury except if it is from hand to hand and equal in amount, and dates for dates is usury except if it is from hand to hand and equal in amount, and barley for barley is usury except if it is from hand to hand and equal in amount. Sahih al-Bukhari 2135. Narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet forbade the selling of foodstuff before receiving it. I consider that all types of selling should be done similarly. Sahih al-Bukhari 2136. Narrated Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, the buyer of foodstuff should not sell it before it has been measured for him. Isma'il narrated instead, he should not sell it before receiving it. Sahih al-Bukhari 2137. Narrated Ibn Umar. I saw the people buy foodstuff randomly, i.e. blindly without measuring it, in the lifetime of Allah's Apostle, and they were punished by beating if they tried to sell it before carrying it to their own houses. Sahih al-Bukhari 2138. Narrated Aisha. Rarely did the Prophet fail to visit Abu Bakr's house every day, either in the morning or in the evening. When the permission for migration to Medina was granted, all of a sudden the Prophet came to us at noon and Abu Bakr was informed, who said, certainly the Prophet has come for some urgent matter. The Prophet said to Abu Bakr, when the latter entered, let nobody stay in your home. Abu Bakr said, O Allah's Messenger, there are only my two daughters, namely Aisha and Asma, present. The Prophet said, I am informed, that I have been granted the permission for migration. Abu Bakr said, I will accompany you, O Allah's Messenger. The Prophet said, you will accompany me. Abu Bakr then said, O Allah's Messenger, I have 2 she-camels I have prepared specially for migration, so I offer you one of them. The Prophet said, I have accepted it on the condition that I will pay its price. Sahih al-Bukhari 2139. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Messenger said, do not urge somebody to return what he has already bought, i.e. an optional sale, from another seller so as to sell him your own goods. Sahih al-Bukhari 2140. Narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger forbade the selling of things by a town dweller on behalf of a desert dweller, and similarly Najsh was forbidden. And one should not urge somebody to return the goods to the seller so as to sell him his own goods, nor should one demand the hand of a girl who has already been engaged to someone else, and a woman should not try to cause some other woman to be divorced in order to take her place.